you're going to have this idea of how do we, bring it together as a congregation, and this is kind of the last chapter in this discussion around music and how we make sounds and why we make the sounds we make and how we make it sound good together. It's one thing to sing on your own in the car or in the workshop or just your day in the yard or on a walk, or singing with headphones on. But it's another, how do we bring it together as a group, in a body? And so this is really the last installment of that conversation. You have a handout here, and this is just going to bring some basic elements here so we can see them. We've got them on the board here as well. And of course, we know that the shape notes, we talked a bit about that over the last few weeks, are a illustration, representation of this relationship between do, re, mi, and the scale. So we're assigning a shape to each individual sound in the scale, and we can also assign a number to that. So, right, we talk about whatever key we're in, that is going to be 1. So if we sing the 1, 3, 5, we're talking about the do, mi, so makes the triad. We've talked about this triad many, many times, right? That triad right there. The one thing we haven't. So what is the triad for the bass chord? This is in the key of C, right? We said there's no sharps or flats. So if this was a song, it'd be in the key of C. So our basic triad for the C chord is 1, 3, 5. What we do when we sing together, when we sing in harmony, especially, we're making a chord. We haven't really talked about chords a lot. We did maybe a couple months ago. We kind of talked a bit about chords. But that's what we mean by when we sing together. We're going to make a harmonious chord, and we want to be in the right key, the right chord. So that's a C major chord, right? 1, 3, 5. We see do, mi, so. Do, mi, so. You want to do that with me? Do, mi, so, mi, do. Do, mi, so, mi, do. That's a C major chord, right? What would be now in the key of C? So this song is in the same key. So let me just say something real quick before you do that. 99% of the time, a song is a series of chord progressions. You're moving between chords. We're going to see that today in the songs we're going to look at today. You're moving between chords in the key of C. Okay? So the song is in the key of C. There is a chord progression. We're moving between chords. So we're all singing the same chord, right? Those are all the same chord, all chords in the key of C. Any song we sing will be a combination of these, right? In the appropriate key. So what is a D chord, or a 2 chord is really what it is, in the key of C? What are the notes for a 2 chord in the key of C?
DFA.
Jim says DFA. Anybody agree? Disagree? You agree? Why is that?
Because it's still the C
Triad.
chord.
It's still the triad, right? Now, what we're going to see, though, remember in the C major chord, what did we say the numerical progression was? Remember this several weeks ago?
1, 4, 5.
1,
1, half. 1, 1, 1, half. Right? So I should have probably drawn a piano up here. So that's what this C chord is, right? It's 1, 1, half, 1, 1, 1, half. As I go to D, if you were able to see a piano, you would notice that's not 1, 1, half, 1, 1, 1, half. Right?
Yeah.
What's the step between D and E? Is that one step or half step?
Whole step.
What's the step between E and F?
Half step.
Half step. So it's not 1, 1 half, it's 1 half. What's that?
1,
1,
1,
1,
1,
1,
half.
Half.
So we've got a strange thing happening here. Instead of 1, 1 half, it's 1 half. So it's not a major key. What is it?
Minor.
It's a minor key. Because it's not 1, 1 half, 1, 1, 1 half. You see? So it's a D minor chord, but it's essentially the 1, 3, 5 of that 2. So if I'm going to sing, so a chord progression will go to this in the key of C. We're going to see that today. What's E?
It's going to be minor. E, G, B.
Yep, 3, 5, 7. Right? So you're going to sing those.
And
So
it's just a half,
yeah. So again, why is it a minor chord?
because it's a half.
Because it has a minor third and a major third.
Well, yeah, you've got weird stuff going on here, right? And so the tip I'll leave you with, and we're gonna break up into parts here in a bit. Most of the time, the vast majority of the time, when we're singing hymns, whoever's singing bass is singing the chord tone, the tone of the chord. This is why this is important. You're singing the chord. So the ones who were here, those that were with us last week, know we focused on what last week? Alto, and a little bit of tenor, right? So it was trying to make these counter harmonies. When we get to bass, bass is the key tone. That's why it's important. If you're going to sing bass, you have to know the tone for the chord that you're singing. It's very, very, very important. That's an E minor chord. What's F?
F, A, and
4,
C.
6, 1.
Yeah. See how it just keeps moving up?
Mhm.
See how it just keeps moving up? And if you remember, like in week 2, I mentioned, I think when I was 12 years old, I went, oh, I see what it's doing. This is what it's doing. See? It's just going up by 3s. Wow. So when the bass moves up, if you see the bass move to a different tone, I'm going to do the triad of that, right? What do you think G is? That's an F major chord, by the way.
G,
5, 7.
GBD, 5, 7, 2. This is that inversion. Remember we talked about those inversions back a few years ago, a few weeks ago? Otherwise you'd have the inversion right there, or the triad right there. C major chord. How about A?
8,
A,
6.
C, E.
A minor, right? A minor chord. And then how about B? This is the goofy one.
That's a B diminished.
Yeah,
B, D, F.
yeah. We won't get into that today, or this century, but yeah. It's a diminished chord, actually. It's a strange chord. So it's not a minor chord, it's not a major chord, it's called a diminished chord. And it sounds really weird. Hear that? And we'll get some of that in our singing. In fact, we're probably going to see that today. So, so to kind of introduce us to the song, this is the thing. This is where it all comes together. Most songs, vast majority of songs that we're going to sing are using a 1-4-5 chord progression. You're going to see the C. So in the key of C, what's your 1-4-5? C, F, G. You're going to see this. So if it's in the key of D, what's the 1-4-5? If it was in the key of D, what would the 1-4-5 be?
G, A, 6, F.
Yeah.
If it was in the key of D, not the key of C, so if D was 1,
Mhm.
what would the 1-4-5 be?
D, G, and A.
D, G, A. See how it moves up? If it was in the key of E, what would the 1-4-5 be?
E, B, C.
A, B.
E, A, B. Right? 1-4-5. See how it just moves up to? If it's in the key of F, what would the 1-4-5 be?
F, B, C.
F.
C. Actually, B flat.
B flat C. Yeah. B flat C. Yeah. So you're always going to see that 1-4-5. So let's look at it here. So we sang this song last week, and so let's do it again. And this week we're going to look at the bass. So if you look at, so what I've done here is I've put the chord, and you can see the 1-4-5. You see it happen here? Father, we love you, we worship and see the 1-4-5 happening? So the bass, what's the bass doing? Father, we... Now, something goofy happens. Remember I said 99% of the time? Not 100% of the time. Why? Because technically, I mean, if it was 100% of the time, what would this note do?
It'd go up to F.
It'd go to F. Because it's in the key of F. So it doesn't... So what's happening here, what the arranger's doing, is the arranger is saying, give me a nice... what is that? That is...
Someone needs to stay on the same pitch
That
so
is-
they don't get lost.
That is the so into F, right? But you technically could go, Father, we love you, we worship and adore you. Right, you could do that. But what this does, it says, Father, we love you, we worship and adore you. You see how the bass is giving you that chord tone? Bass is so important, to give us that. If you listen to modern music, you hear that bass guitar, it just gives you that, or an orchestra has the bass, just giving you that undertone bass tone. And it sounds so much better when the bass singers give us that bass undertone. All right? So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to pitch it, and let's see if we can find our note. So what looking at the shape notes if you want to, or just looking at the notes on the staff, what is the bass? If I were to say this, what is the bass singing?
Do.
Do. Do. Do. It's in the key of C. I pitch a C. Do. Father, we love. There's the do, right? What is the tenor singing?
So.
Do, mi, so. Is that right? Here's your tenor. Do, do, mi, so. So if I just hit you this note, the tenor should be able to find that. There you go. How about the altos? What are the altos singing?
Do.
Do. Okay. I'll jump in here. Altos. Fa, do, mi, so, do. And then the sopranos. What are they singing?
Me.
Mi. Yeah. Do, mi, fa. Altos, fa. Tenors, fa. Tenors are the. All right. Want to try it? I'm just going to give you the key tone, and you find your tone. Okay? You ready? We need altos, tenors, and basses really strong. In fact, let's see if who's singing soprano. Who's singing soprano? Let's back it down. Let's back the soprano way
Quiet.
down. Okay? Way down. Let's just back it way down and let these. Who's singing tenor? Jim, you gonna sing tenor for us?
Come on,
Who
Colby.
else gonna sing tenor? Come on, a couple tenors. You know why we need tenors? You know why we need tenors on this song? That's why we need tenors on this song.
Yeah.
Can you see that? Can you move the front row? Suspend a fourth. There's your suspend. That's awesome. That's awesome. That makes this song. That's awesome. And if you look at the next, who does a suspend a fourth here?
Yeah, alto.
Yeah, so awesome. Got to do that. That makes this song nice and strong. Your suspended fours make this song. You're gonna hear it. Okay, you ready? Here we go. We'll give you the tone. Do, mi, so, do, mi. Let's sing. Father, we love you, we worship and adore you. Glorify your name in all the earth. Glorify your name. Glorify your name. Glorify your name in all the earth. Awesome. I didn't hear the altos, though. I couldn't hear. Who was singing alto?
I can't get it.
What happened? Okay.
I
Yeah.
have to, I can't. I
You
have
need
to
to
either do the solfege. I can't do it with the words because I'm so used to singing the soprano part. I can't hear
You
the
need to be
other
here last
part.
week. That's what we were doing last week. Everybody sang alto last week.
Yeah.
Except for you. Everybody sang alto.
I've never seen this song.
George was singing alto. It was awesome. It's hard to find that. You know. Do, mi. Is that right? Mi.
Soprano.
That's the soprano.
He is soprano.
Mother, we. Let's all sing the alto together. Let's all sing it together. Everybody sing the alto. Let's try it one time like we did last week. Everyone sing the alto. I'll just hum the soprano in the background. Okay? Here we go. Let's sing. Father, we love you. We worship and adore you. Glorify your name in all the earth. Glorify your name. Glorify your name. Glorify your name in all the earth. Woo, pretty good. That's hard to sing if you're not used to that, isn't it? Yeah. But you see how good those suspended fourths sound?
Yeah.
You can put those, you can stick those in there. They sound so good. Sound so good.
Gotta
Great.
put our man voice in there.
Great job. Great job. All right, let's try it again. So we're going to do a different key. This is the key of D. All right, so we went from, there was our song we just sang. Now we're in the key of D. There's our D major chord. Okay? So I'm going to pick, now you don't have any shape notes to rely on now, so you're going to have to think about this. What is your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the key of D? Do. What's our bass tone? Who's singing bass, by the way? Who's singing bass? Okay, nice and strong. Well, who's singing tenor? You guys sing
I was about to raise my hand for
bass.
that. Jim's carrying the.
Jim carries the tenor, man. He's a one-man singing section. Okay. Though the nations raise, kingdoms rise and fall, there is still one king reigning over all. You have the same 1, 4, 5 again. 1, what's that? 5, 4. This is just a strange play on 1. Yeah, 5. So you got 1, 5, 4. Everything's 1, 5, 4. I mean, 99% of the time. If I find a song that's not 1, 5, 4, I'll scream out. It's almost always 1, 5. Huh?
You already did the last one, right?
That was 1, 5, 4.
No, okay.
1, 4, 5.
There was one part that you said the 99% except for that 1%.
Oh no, just the
That
bass
was
didn't
different.
sing the
That's
chord
okay.
tone.
Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Do. There's your basses. Do. How about your tenors? Do, mi, so. Yep. Though the nations raise, kingdoms rise and fall. Yep. Okay, now how about your altos? You happen to be singing the first 2 notes are the same note as the sopranos, right? Though the nations raise, kingdoms rise and fall, there is still one king reigning over all. See the alto going there? Yeah? Is that working? And then how about the soprano? It's on do. Do, re, mi, ne, kingdoms rise. Yeah. Okay, you want to try it? I'm just going to give you the tone. You find your note. Ready?
Do you have 2 sopranos or 2 altos?
Or does this triad key here?
Yeah.
I threw that in there because the flavor is so good that this is a cool sound. You know? Okay, here we go. Go. Do, mi, so, mi, do. Ready? Sing. Though the nations rage, kingdoms rise and fall, there is still one king reigning over all. So I will not fear, for this truth remains, that my God is the Ancient of Days. None above him, none before him, all the time in his hand. For his throne it shall remain and ever stand. All the power, all the glory, I will trust in his name. For my God is the Ancient of Days. Really good. Who was singing the altos? Who was singing alto? Just a couple of you? How many some altos? You know why we need lots of altos? Because this right here, where it does this thing here, this, that, it's not. That's what we were doing last week. To get that counter melody going, sounds so strong. So I encourage you to try alto. Try it, or the altos sing really strong. Really, really strong. Don't get scared. Be bold. Be bold. Fortune favors the bold. Okay? Let's try it one more time. And let's see if any of you feel like switching to alto and singing that. It's actually really easy because it just does that. It's actually easy when the alto and soprano start on the same note because it gives you a good starting point. Remember I was saying several times, I have trouble finding it because I can't find it. But if it starts with the soprano, it's a cheat because now I'm like, oh, I'm starting with the same note, right? So I can just go up. Instead of going up, it goes down. Though the dread of night overwhelms my soul, He is here with me. I am not alone. Oh, His love is sure, and He knows my name. For my God is the Ancient of Days. Here's where it stops. It skips this. None above him, none before him, all of time in his hands. For his throne it shall remain and never stand. All the power, all the glory, I will trust in his name. For my God is the Ancient of Days. Any brave altos out there want to jump into that? Try it? All right, one more time. Do, so, mi, do. There it is. Let's sing. Though I may not see what the future brings, I will watch and wait for the Savior King. Then my joy complete, standing face to face in the presence of the Ancient of Days. None above him, none before him, all of time in his hands. For his throne it shall remain and ever stand. All the power, all the glory, I will trust in his name. For my God is the Ancient of Days. For my God is the Ancient of Days. Outstanding. I heard some guys singing alto. That was awesome. Who was
We
doing
didn't
that?
have your bass for a second, so no back.
That sounded really good. I love it. Did you hear how when you start those counter melodies come in, how it just kind of thickens it up and makes a little richer sound? Yeah. So that's the fun part. As we were talking last week, sometimes singing an alto or tenor is fun. I mean, like Jim singing is the most fun part of that song. I mean, you get the nice suspended force in there and the mi-sos, the counter in that. And he also does the key change on this, which we need the bass to do it too, but this does a little strange little chord here to make a little flavor there. If you don't have that, you don't hear it, right? So everybody's singing their parts, what makes the song. Thoughts, takeaways, complaints, suggestions.
Doing the interval training was I think is helpful.
Yeah,
Get that down.
it is.
Yeah.
This is one of the best things. Yeah, Brian let us do that, and just to sit home. Remember, just if you have a piano or a pitch pipe, and find that do, just do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. Just practice that scale, and then the do, re, mi, do, mi, so, mi, do, in whatever key. Do, mi, so, mi, do. Right? As you change the key, that interval training was very, very, very helpful. Bless you. Warms you up. That's really, yeah, absolutely true. Yeah. Whoever leads singing after our class is nice and warm. Any other thoughts? Takeaways? Yes, sir.
Which software did you use to do that?
So I used GarageBand I played it and it transcribed it, and then I just copied and pasted for this one. I used GarageBand. That's GarageBand.
And they don't have support for save notes?
No, GarageBand doesn't. And then I found another free one the Yet Not I one we did. I can't remember the name of it. I'm gonna have to go home and find it. But I had like a 30-day trial on that. I can't remember the name of it. It was a little more powerful. I didn't see where, probably on the free trial it didn't do shape notes, but I bet if I bought it, it probably would.
I've used MuseScore, and it was free.
Yeah, MuseScore, I'll check it out. Yeah,
And it has support for save notes, but it's a plugin you have to download.
yeah. With this particular one here, I had to play it exactly right, and I cheated that one time. If anybody knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, but you have to play it exactly right. So, and then it didn't give you I could move notes around, but yeah, the other one, the Yet Not I had a special program for that. That's why it's a little cleaner than this. The other says a little real clean.
You know, sometimes the syllables don't line up with the notes.
Exactly right. And I couldn't get I had to kind of cheat a little bit. Anyway. Okay, great. Other thoughts? Questions? Observations?
Fun stuff.
It is fun stuff. I think it's fun. I think if you take a look at the if you think about things in this 1, 2, 4, so if you're in band or in a chorus, like they say, sing the 4 chord, we're gonna do a 1, 4, 5. I mean, it's like this is what we're talking about. The 4 to the 1. What are we talking about? This is in the key of C. So if you could do this for every key. You're in the key of E flat. What's the 4 to E flat?
A flat.
A flat. Yeah, you'd have to look at a piano to know that, or a guitar or something. Right? Or do the same thing. A flat, 1, 1 half, 1, 1, 1 half. And let's do that real quick. That's actually kind of interesting. Let's do that real quick. If this is A flat, what's this note? 1, 1, 1, 1 half. Right? So 1, 1 half, 1, 1, 1 half. If that's what our you can actually do. You don't need an instrument to do this. Okay? So 1, 1 half, 1, 1, 1 half. What is this note?
B flat.
B flat. What is this note?
C.
What is this note?
D.
C sharp.
C sharp or
D flat.
D flat. Remember, we have to have every letter represented, right? Now, what's a one step from D flat?
E flat.
E flat.
E flat. What's one step from E flat?
F.
F. What's one step from F?
G.
G. What's the half step?
G sharp. A flat.
A flat. Yeah. So there you go. There's your A flat scale. So as long as you know this 1, 1 half, 1, 1 half, but you kind of got to know that it's half step between E and F and half step between B and C. You kind of got to know that. That's why you kind of got to have some piano or something to understand that, or just have that memorized, right?
C should be closer to E than
Blood.
Yeah, sorry about that. Winging it. But you can do that with any key, which is kind of fun. Any other thoughts? Let's do it over. We're going to do the same thing. We're back in the key of C. We're just going to pitch this. All right, we're just going to pitch the. So who's singing bass? A couple strong basses. Okay, who's singing tenor? Who's singing tenor?
You know the melody.
David, you gonna sing tenor? With you?
Yeah.
Got tenor. Okay, Brandon's with you back there
There you
too.
go.
David, you tenor?
No.
No. Okay. And who's singing alto?
Yeah, I'm not.
Joy? Nice, a bold alto. Bold, yeah, she's like, okay. And who's got lead? Soprano. Okay, here we go.
Some
You
people
ready?
aren't singing, I feel.
Okay, here we go.
Spectators.
Do,
There's no raise their hand.
do, mi, so, do, mi. See? Do, mi, do. You seeing that? Ready? Faithful love flowing down from the thorn-covered crown makes me whole, saves my soul, washes whiter than snow. Faithful love calms each fear, reaches down, dries each tear, holds my hand when I can't stand on my own. Triplets. Faithful love from above came to earth to show the Father's love, and now never leave us same, for I've seen faithful love face to face, and Jesus is his name. Great job. Sounded really good. I think I was hearing all the parts. Don't you think this alto and that tenor right there really give it the flavor at the end? That's why you want that. And that's the fun part. And I'll tell you, you guys are singing that tenor too. Trying to hit those tenor notes here. Oh man, you're making the chord change. The tenors and the altos are making the chord change, right? They're actually providing that shift in tone there that you're hearing. And then when you get those nice little suspended at the end there, it's great. You guys see the triplets? And we said, where are our triplets? Well, they're there.
So that's what that ziggly thing is. Like,
What ziggly thing you talking
Okay, go to the next one. That, you see how it says?
No.
Are you talking about the?
That's a
We should
rest.
Rest.
Oh, that's a rest.
Well,
Yeah, it's a quarter rest.
Where are we talking? I'm sorry.
It's
Faithful
the very
love.
beginning rest.
Oh, right here?
I don't know what they're called.
Are you talking about this right here?
Yeah.
That's a quarter rest, yeah. So that they, for this
So
one
that-
beat,
the altos kind
the
of-
altos and the tenors aren't making a sound. Yeah. Yeah. Great job. So let's try it again. Altos and tenors, nice and strong. And basses. And everybody. Okay. Sopranos. Yeah. So you can hear those other tones. Okay, right? Here we go. You want to try a different key? Let's bump it up. Modulate. Okay, here we go. Do, mi, so, mi, do. Faithful love is a friend, just when hope seems to end. Welcome face, sweet embrace, tender touch filled with grace. Faithful love, endless power, living flame, spirit's fire, burning bright in the night, guiding my way. Faithful love from above came to earth to show the Father's love, and I'll never be the same, for I've seen faithful love face to face, and Jesus is His name. Woo! Great job! Why you all sound great? You see why this is in the key of C though? Sopranos? Was that reaching a little bit too high? I heard the sopranos. So think about that. Those are a D, C, D, C. In the key of D, what are those notes? E, D, E, D. That's up there pretty high, right? So this is why it's arranged. Remember, the arranger puts it in the key that's right for us. If we move this up the key of E, it would probably be too high, right? We couldn't do it any higher than that. What are your thoughts?
Well, if you look at the basses, they go down to G, so if you flat, they're gonna be struggling.
Yeah, that's right. And if you go too low, that's a great point. If you move this down to the key of B flat instead of the key of C, right? Instead of the key of C, you went down a step. What's a step down from C?
B flat.
B flat. So if we went to B flat, now I'm pounding this low A down here. It's be an A flat.
Yeah.
Be an A. Be an F. I'm sorry, you're right. Be an F. Yeah. So, which is getting down.
And when you have a bass lead, that's
Yeah.
disaster.
That's exactly right. Yeah, that's exactly right. So you see how the arranging and the key and everything's great, but you guys all found that tone in the change of key because you were all matching each other. Other thoughts about what we're doing here?
It's probably just because I'm sitting next to Carrie, but I'm able to hear the alto and just some of the subtle things that the altos are doing.
Oh,
and it's
Flavor, man. It's
Yeah.
flavor. It's the icing. It's
Thank
the
you,
twirls around
Carrie.
the outside of the cake. You know?
For sitting
It really
next
is.
to David,
Yeah.
so you can hear it.
I love it. Especially those. This is a great alto song. That's why I picked it.
Yeah.
And those ones where they go up like this. You know. That's just so. Oh man, it just sounds. Then when you get the that's just it just makes it. It's the icing. It's the flavor on the cake for sure. Great
It's
job.
not the last time they get to do it today either.
That song? Oh really? Okay. All right. What key is this in? Jim, don't yell. I know you know it. I want everybody to see if you can figure out what key this is in. Nice and strong, loud.
A flat.
Yeah, it's an A flat. Yeah, it's a coincidence. How do you know it's an A flat?
Looking at the doe.
Yep.
I'm
sorry.
Flat. Reading
What's-
the key.
What's the
I
dough?
looked at the shape notes.
The shape notes. Which is it?
I
Which,
found the Dorito.
that's good. Yeah, which one is the shape? Want to put to it, Brian, or show us what one you were talking about? How do I know?
Let's go right here, and then follow him over, and that's an A. So we got our does are A, and then follow him over is our A flat.
Yeah, we can do the same thing down here. What are the spaces on the bottom?
A, C, E, G.
All cows eat grass. Remember that?
Right.
All
And
cows
it
eat grass.
really does fine.
The pyramid is my dough. Well, that's A, all, A. It's flat, so it's A flat.
That's across all parts. Anytime you see the dough, that's A flat. Right?
No.
No.
Well, in this piece.
In this
Yeah.
piece,
Oh yeah. I mean like on this song.
on this song, because it's
Yeah,
key in the key of A flat, every pyramid is going to be an A, flat.
Right.
Yeah, always. Yeah.
Another way to find the key is look at the next to last flat up there, the key signature.
Yeah.
And know the order of them.
And
And go up.
any flat, the next to last one is always the key signature. A flat.
Oh, that's true. Yes, you're right.
Except,
Except when you, yeah, I learned it. You go up from, or what was it? I can't remember. I learned it one time. But if there's only F, you only got the B flat. Well, how do you know what?
You gotta know that.
You gotta know.
You have to know the circle.
Yeah, yeah. So, and we're not going to get into minors, but where you're going to get thrown a loop is if the key is in a minor key. Sing Hallelujah to the Lord. You're proud of me. Sing Hallelujah to the Lord is in the key of C minor. The problem is, Do, Re, Mi only works in major keys. So there's something called the circle of fifths. So in the key of C minor, that's the same as the key of E flat. So E flat will be your pyramid, but it's not in the key of E flat. It's in the key of C minor. Whoa, brains exploded. Okay? The minor chords, minor keyed songs, the only ones that this doesn't work for. So it kind of. All right. So I'm going to give you the A flat. Okay. Now, so what tone is? The good news is altos and sopranos start in the same note. Basses and tenors start in the same note. That's kind of cool. Do, mi, so, mi, do. There's A flat. Problem is, that's not starting on do. That's not starting on do. So what is that? Let's look at our.
So,
It's so.
So.
Do, mi, so. I love. See what it's doing? I love. There's your bass tone. There's your chord tone. Do, mi, so. I love. Now what's the tenor doing? Do, mi, so. I love you, Lord, and I lift my voice. See what's doing a little bit different thing? What's hanging out on that? Do, mi, so, I love. What's the bass doing?
dropping
I love you, Lord.
Ooh.
That's not right. No, that's
Or
not
bass.
Right. We started at, yeah.
Sorry, that's
Started
so-
so. There you go.
Do, mi, so, I love you, Lord, and I lift my voice to worship you, oh my soul, rejoice. Okay, see that? So you've got to be able to find your note, find your interval, find your note on that bass E tone. Do, mi, so, do, mi, so. Okay, y'all ready to do it? Altos and tenors, nice and strong, nice and strong. Do, mi, so. Here we go. I love you, Lord, and I lift my voice to worship you, oh my soul, rejoice, take joy, my King, in what you hear. May it be a sweet, sweet sound in your ear. Let's modulate. Ready to modulate? Do, mi, so. I love you, Lord, and I lift my voice to worship you, oh my soul, rejoice, take joy, my King, in what you hear. May it be the tenors and the altos did the chord change with the suspended there, how it just makes a nice little wrap up to it. Thoughts? That brings us to the end of our day. Thoughts, comments, takeaways.
It's a nice chord there. It may be a chord. It's May. The basses. Everything switches to a different chord right there.
Yeah.
So they flat
Hey, look at this.
Yeah.
Look at that. So yeah, great observation, George. Whenever you see anything sharped or flatted in the song, it's telling you it's a chord that's out of key. We talked about that last week. That's out of key, right? What is that?
One A flat,
All cows
7 to
eat
B.
grass, G flat. See, it's a chord out of key there, but it makes the sound, makes that when that. Remember, Faithful Love did that. Was it no? Father, we love you. Does the same thing. Does that E sharp?
It's a fifth of 4. 5, 7, and 4.
But man, it sure makes a song. But you got to be able to hear that interval change.
I think it's kind of cool that sweet. The sopranos and the basses change. And then in it's the sopranos and the altos change their notes, whereas the rest hold. So they're making you bounce.
They're changing the chord under the soprano. Yeah.
Yeah,
Soprano's usually not singing the chord. They're just singing. They're in the key.
right.
But the basses and the tenors and the altos are making the chord change.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that time the basses and the sopranos and then the basses and the altos.
It's
Or the
interesting.
sopranos, excuse
It's
me.
interesting too, where the bass and the alto there, may it be sweet. That's a discord.
Yeah, it
G
is.
flat to an A flat.
Mhm.
Discord, and you want to resolve it, and it resolves it sweet.
Yeah. The resolving is the satisfaction of the song.
Yeah.
When you get anything that's like that, we seek you for that. Father, we love you. We right. Glorify your name. Check this out. Glorify your name. That's
Yeah, to make it sound
that chord is out of key. There's no G sharp in the key of C. Right? When you get that, it's like this suspenseful resolution. Just you feel that. You emotionally feel that change. And then the resolution of it. And this does, in the sense that only this is in key. This is a 1, probably a suspended 4th back to the 1. So, yeah. It's the fun part of singing. That's what makes singing fun. And I'll just say this one last time, we'll take off. You know, we are God's instruments. We made this thing. This ability for us to make these chords and symphonic sounds and have suspended chords and suspense and tension and resolution. We can do that. How wonderful it is for us as a body to be able to get together and do that kind of thing together.
It's actually going 1 to 4. 1. So
Yeah, 1, 4, 1.
Having on there cadence.
But yeah, good observation, George. This is what we did last week with Father, we love you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 5, 7, and 4. And it goes to a 4. And resolves to a 4.
Yeah. So take this with you. All right, and this is very handy. The numbers are very, very handy. That's where you pick up. And I know a lot of it's new, and we might be like, I'm not getting what you're saying. But after a while, you're starting to see that. I see the 1, 3, 5. I see 1, 4, 5. I know what he's talking about. 1, 4, 5. And if you just move this up, start at D rather than C, 1, 4, 5 just moves up a letter. Yeah. You have fun with it. Have fun. Thank you all very, very much. Have a great rest of your day.